All right, so good morning. Today is Sunday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend thus far. We wanted to start off this first video by showing a couple of things that we're going to do for meal prep. So we're going to start off with a tuna salad and also a cucumber salad. And I'm going to show you kind of the things that we put in it and how we kind of mix it up. And these things are going to sit after to really kind of get the flavor going. And while that sits, we'll be able to cook the other things on the stove and also in the air fryer that'll really finish off our meal prep. All right, so we're gonna start off with the tuna salad. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some salt. So let's just get some of this salt going. And I don't really go by amounts, I just kind of go by feels. I think that's really just a Caribbean thing, or people who just cook a lot. We're gonna add some black pepper into this as well too. The black pepper, you could add a good amount, you just don't wanna make it like too spicy. All right, so I'm just gonna add the garlic now after we just added the salt and black pepper. A little bit of garlic because you don't want to put too much of that. Then the oregano, I mean, these are just leaves, so you could add as much as you want, but we like oregano, so we'll get a lot. And then we have these two. We have mustard. Make sure you shake it up nice. And then you add some of that mustard. See, I used to stay away from mustard when I was in junior high because a lot of people talked about it being like sperm killers, but that was just a myth. As I pour the mayo. And then I'm gonna add some 21 seasoning to just give it a little bit more flavor. Gonna squeeze some of these limes. Get some of the lime juice. Generally, for every 2 tuna cans, I do 1 lime. So at least you have the exact number for that. So I would say for every 2 cans, use 1 lime. And really get that juice out of there. And then we also have these onions here that we're gonna add to the batch. That's gonna be in the end. All right, so now we have the juice in there. I'll add some of these now so they could break up. And you just want to mix it up. The tuna is already soft, so you're really just going to mix it up to combine all the ingredients and make sure the taste is there. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more mustard just for the color.
So I'm just mixing it up right now. And it's getting there. I think let me just add a little bit more. So, trust me, it's not salty. It's just, all right. So we're still mixing this up. Let me just add the onions, the remaining ones. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more mustard because I feel as if the color isn't exactly where I want it to be, which means the taste wouldn't be also. And this is a recipe from my dad, but he makes it even better than I do. You know, the student can't always be better than the master. So, yeah, there goes that one. All right, so this should be ready. And now we can move on to the cucumber salad.
So we're switching over now to the cucumber salad. So I already have the cucumbers cut. And as you can see, we do it in chunks. It helps to preserve it better once it starts sitting in the liquid that's going to spring, especially when you add the lime and also the apple cider vinegar. So, yeah, you can cut them up however you want. I used to do them thin, but now we're doing it in chunks. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is add the salt. And with this itself, you're gonna add a lot of salt because it's gonna spring so much water that majority of the salt is gonna go to the bottom of it. And then that'll be good once it starts like marinating in it. But in the beginning, you need to use a lot of salt to really get the flavor on the cucumber as well. I added the black pepper. And as you can see, we're gonna add a little bit more, but just to start off, I just wanted to get a little bit on there. Then we have the apple cider vinegar. So this really gives it a really good taste. Gonna put 2 splashes of this. And this is one whole cucumber that I cut up, but it was slightly big, so this really kind of like warrants 2 cucumbers. And then we have the lime juice here, which is a good blend too with the apple cider. So all those things in there. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt because, as I said, the salt you need an abundance of, and it's not gonna make it salty. Don't be scared. Don't be alarmed. But now we're just gonna mix it up
and really get in on that. And as I'm mixing it, I'm already feeling the water that sprays from it. But once you put it in a container and you really kind of let it sit, it'll even spray even more. But yeah, this is great this far. And as you can see, it's simple as that. It's done. You could add a little bit more black pepper. Also too, you could add garlic in here, just a little bit of minced garlic. Onions as well too. Just about anything you want to add to it, you could go ahead, but we keep it plain. So yeah, I would say if you're going to try this, just keep it plain initially, and then you could add on the things that you may like, jalapenos and etc.
So the cucumber salad is done. I just want to taste it right now to really kind of like get a good feel for it. And when I normally taste it, I'll dip it at the bottom to really kind of get the sauce of the lime and the apple cider, salt and black pepper. So that's perfect right there, because it's super refreshing. It's not salty. The apple cider vinegar blends with the lime so well, it gives it a little bit tangy, but it also offsets it. So this is perfect. And then I'm gonna try the tuna salad. As you can see, the color put a little bit more mustard, so we're gonna go in there and get a little. I mean, I may have beat out my dad for his recipe with this one, but this is great. I really recommend this tuna salad to anyone. Sandwiches, meal prep, picnics, whatever you want to do, this is perfect. So this is the second stage of the meal prep, and right now we're going to do the ground turkey. So I already have some oil in the pan, right? So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic. I'm going to use some of this garlic for the chicken that we're going to be doing as well. And then we're going to add some chopped onions as well. Just mix that up. As I said, these are very important to any meal. You want to make sure you have some chopped onions and also chopped garlic to really kind of start off with the oil and get the aroma going and also the taste coming out. So the onions and garlic are also now taking color, as you can see. So once they got a little bit dark, you want to go ahead and add the meat. So I'm going to add this ground turkey, and I'm just going to spread it out with my hand. I haven't added any seasoning to it yet. I'm going to add that in the pan. I'm really just going to spread this out to make sure it's even out. You don't want any clumps. Alright. And the thing about this too is that the ground turkey is going to spring water. So you don't want to have a lot of oil in there in the beginning when you're doing the onion and garlic. I'm going to be adding in the seasonings now, so we're going to start off with some black pepper. Once the black pepper is on there, you could add some oregano. And these are just the basic herbs and seasonings that we add to just about any meal. So the oregano is done, and now I'm going to add some adobo, all-purpose seasoning. This one is a cumin focused flavor, so you could use just about any one of them for it. And then we're going to go with the Cajun seasoning, which is one of our favorites. The taste is incredible, and we use it just about anything on vegetables, meat, fish. Just about anything you want to add a little bit of spice in that Louisiana flavor. And you don't want to put too much of this initially, especially if you're not a spicy person. Just kind of get a little bit on just about every area, and then that should be good. Alright, Alright, so it's been cooking for about 5 minutes on this one side, and generally in total I like to cook it for probably about 25 to 30 minutes. So at this point, once I know the other end is starting to get a little bit firm, I'm going to start breaking it up in pieces so I can flip it easily.
And then once you flip it, being that the seasoning is on this side, it becomes so easy for the flavor to also spread, because it's going to also create some liquid at the bottom. As you can see, it's already doing that. So I'm just getting in there and flipping these. Because the thing is, you want to make sure you cook both sides, and then you could break it down into smaller pieces, which we do for the meal prep. It's easier to manage that way.
So I've given it another 5 minutes, and at this point it's ready to break down. So I'm going to just go in there and really kind of chop it up. And this will be good too, because the flavor that's been sitting in the pan and the sauces will also get inside of the meat itself. So you want to make sure you can keep it whatever size you want to do, but we like to get it small. So I'm going to probably be doing this for about 2 minutes, just breaking it down. Oh, there goes the juice. And as you can see, really gaining that color now. It's just about broken up, so I like it. Last stage in this, I just like to dust a little bit of the Cajun in the end to really kind of sit on top of the meat, give you a good taste when you first bite into it. And the ground turkey is done. So that was actually about 20 minutes. As you can see, it's pretty clean. There's no more liquid in it. The pieces are small, big, long, short. So yeah, this is perfect. Now we switch our attention to the chicken. So we're gonna actually do a fajita chicken today. So we have some peppers cut up over here, some onions as well too, that we're gonna do on a separate pot. But the chicken itself, we're gonna actually make it in the air fryer. So the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and add will be the oregano. As I said, it's a staple in our kitchen. It should be a staple in anyone's kitchen. This and thyme also are really good. And then we have the black pepper. So you can get in there with the black pepper. I'm actually gonna double back with a little bit more oregano. All right. Then I'm gonna use some all-purpose seasoning, Maggi. Okay. And now, normally we will make our own fajita seasoning, but this is a little bit, if you want to be lazy, you could always purchase these seasoning mixes. And this one is, you can see it here. This one is actually really good. We used it a couple of times and it's amazing thus far. So whenever you want to be lazy, you could always purchase these things. And you could go ahead and, I think that should be a good amount. And now I'm just going to add a little bit more of the gyro, which is cumin. And that seasoning has the gyro in it, but I just wanted to get a little bit more in there. And now we're just going to add it off, top it off with some lime. Oh, juicy. And then that's it. The air fryer is preheated, and we're just going to mix this up and add a little bit of oil. Normally, sometimes I would use gloves, but yeah, today I'm going commando. So, and you're just going to get in there and mix it up, make sure that all the seasoning is moved around. So I'm topping it off with a little bit of the fajita seasoning. And then we're just going to put it in the air fryer. So I'm going to switch the settings to 350 for the temperature and the time for 20. So I just want to check after 5 minutes to see how the chicken is coming along. As you can see, it's cooking really well. And there's definitely a lot of juice coming out from it. So it's definitely going to need another 5 minutes on this side, and then I'm going to switch it over to the other side. While the chicken is cooking in the air fryer, we're going to add some peppers and some onions to just saute in the pan. I'm not going to add any seasoning to it, just really oil. So it'll blend well with the chicken and that flavor from that. So this is actually after 12 minutes on one side, and the chicken looks really good. So I don't think I need the 20 minutes actually. So we're just gonna keep this at 12, and then that's it. So this is perfect. Finish things off, we're gonna do some green plantains inside the air fryer. So I'm just gonna fill this up. Normally we do this in the pan, but since we have the air fryer, we want to experiment with it a little bit. So I'm just adding a few more since we have a lot more space. See if I can fill it all up. And then we're gonna put this in the air fryer for 5 minutes to begin on 400, and then check it at that time. So this is after 5 minutes on the 400 degrees, and at this point we're just gonna smash them and round them out so that we can put them back in and get it a little bit darker, and well done. We added some oil to them after flattening out the plantains. So now we're gonna put them back into the air fryer on this side for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it. So this is after the 6 minutes on one side, and then we did about 3 more minutes on the other side. So they took a lot of color, really crisp. They're definitely done. And then yeah, so in total this took about less than 20 minutes to do a batch. And we did 2 batches. So that wraps up our meal prep for today. We were able to get a lot done in probably 2 to 3 hours, and it'll help us for the week when it comes to our lunches, going to work and whatnot. So I just wanted to take you through just to recap what we were able to make. The first thing, we had the tuna salad. So that's been sitting for about an hour or 2 now, and then we had the cucumber salad as well. We had some leftover fried rice. That's why we didn't make another carb today. But we also had the green plantains, which we did in the air fryer, the fajita chicken, which was done in the air fryer as well too, and then the sauteed peppers and onions. We already started putting some stuff in containers, so you see some black beans here with the fajita chicken. Then we have some white rice that was also left over with the ground turkey and the green plantains. But yeah, that wraps it up, and it's been great.